podcast in the world that is a complete shit show. I am Turch, and with me is my co-host, the CEO, the grill master himself. It's Kieran.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy that I've got the title of Grill Master.
Sometimes you get some nice things. You made me a delicious steak on the weekend, I thank you very much for that. And with us today, a returning guest, a guest that has not been on the show for a very long time, and it's great to have him back in the studio, and an actual studio. So I think
hang on. Last time he was here, he was in a garage.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
which is a garage is quite fancy because it's fancier than a car hole.
Correct. But still, not a studio.
we had a roller door. You know, that's why it was a garage.
You're in an office. You're in the big leagues now.
We've got the instruments, we've got the audio interface, we've got the whole thing set up. And with us today, it is Blain. How are you, buddy?
Doing well. I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's just been one of those weeks. We missed out on an episode last week because we were both very unwell for different reasons. No COVID.
No COVID.
Because COVID's a myth.
Well, yeah, it's... look, I'm just happy that I'm not going physically back into work probably till next year. And I'm not... And also, at my work, people aren't telling the upper managers.
Yeah.
Because they think if you have 50 people in like a Zoom meeting or we use Microsoft Teams or whatever...
Yeah.
That if you've got the video on it, it reduces the bandwidth.
Uh-huh. So
they tell everyone... The boss's boss and the boss's 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 boss. Tell everyone to turn their videos off.
Oh, that's good. So you're present in meeting digitally and nothing else.
That's right.
Yeah, we've been told many things, and one of those things is that I only like one-on-one meetings with people. I'll turn the video on, but that's about it.
I'm very impressed with myself because I set on my digital presence. You know, the present thing that says if you're available, unavailable, yada, yada.
Yeah.
I've set it for tomorrow, marking.
Oh, well done.
Do not disturb unless the world is falling apart.
That's pretty good.
I thought that'd be hilarious.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, thank you.
It's like good teacher humour.
Yeah. I think so. I think so.
I can't believe teachers are complaining that they have to go back to work.
Yeah.
I
you know what it is? They're all sleeping in. They're all, especially primary school teachers, right? Their kids then go off to PE. They're at home. They're having a nap.
Yeah.
Then they come back and do their English lesson. And then they've got to go to language. Then they have another nap.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of naps.
You know, when they say teachers don't get paid enough, I completely disagree over this COVID thing.
Well, if they all talk a 15% pay cut, we could save people like poor Jimmy. I don't know why I'm pointing at Blain.
I was going to say, that's Blain.
I've been through the university system. I've got my degree. Say what you will.
No, your mum's got to go back to work, obviously.
Yeah, look, my mum's actually like one of the teachers that's happy to go back to work. But I've heard lots of teachers that's just like, oh, I don't want to go back to work. I'm like, well, if you're not going to go back to work, then my taxpayer dollar goes right back into my pocket, paying off my debts. You know?
Here.
I don't want my money going to you and the parents, especially like private schools. Imagine you paid 30, like, you know, Scotch College, and you paid 30 grand a year. And then the school just goes, oh, no, the teachers aren't going to be in for the rest of the year. You'd be like, yeah, well, I want my at least 20 grand back, 25 grand back.
I want the money back.
Yeah.
Well,
all about the money.
They're in trouble at the moment. They are in trouble because more students are dropping out of the private schools. They can't because you know they run on a very. Do you know an interesting fact for these private schools? Their profit margin is about 10 students.
I wouldn't say it'd be very large because they're so big and broad and cater for so much. Because they've got to. Because they've looked at like they're getting all this money, so they have to hold like a language class for 2 people.
Yeah.
You know, I remember my final year at school, and one kid just wanted to study languages, even at university, and he did both Italian, French, and Japanese, but he was the only one in those classes for the final year. So he did like English, 2 types of English.
That is an expensive teacher.
And I'm like, man, that's a private tuition right there for a whole year. That's pretty amazing.
Church.
Yes.
I'm upset.
Oh, thank goodness. What are you upset about
Actually,
today?
you've made my day by calling me the Grill Master.
Thank you.
That is
I've turned it around.
That is an appropriate title.
I've turned it around.
Do you really like the steak?
It was great.
Have you just not cooked steaks like that?
Oh, I usually cook the steaks.
And
I'm more of a barbecue steak man myself.
so we did it in the pan.
We've had many trial and errors. We've come to the conclusion that from the kitchen off the
Off the skillet, off the pan.
off the pan is better than barbecue. Barbecue, it's totally different, but
Yeah.
off the pan, it's just a lot better.
See, I've got a barbecue right, but I still don't know the heat distribution. You know, I'm still working out the heat distribution.
Yeah.
And I can't get the pan I can control.
Yeah, because it's that beautiful, just straight circle gas.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the final battle. You get the temperature right on the barbecue.
Yeah. I'll go back to the barbecue. I just can't get the heat distribution.
That's fair.
And
Oh look,
all of that under
steak
control.
was beautiful on the pan. I'm usually not a a pan sort of barbecue steak guy.
You were
but
worried.
You nailed it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You bloody nailed it. So I was very impressed.
Actually, it was a little bit rushed. I wasn't quite happy with it. It wasn't el perfecto.
It's pretty good to me.
You know, it could have been a little bit crisper on the outside. You know, Blain cooked a good steak today. I saw him cook it up.
After a lot of yelling from housemates on how to cook it properly. Couldn't do it my way. No.
By the way, air fryers.
Yeah,
You have an air fryer?
I do.
Do you use it?
Yeah, all the time for chips or nuggets, or we do pork just as pork belly. Amazing. Pork crackling. Beautiful.
I'm 2 days into learning about an air fryer, right?
Jess is the person you need to talk to.
I'm 1 day in, so naturally Kieran is supervising me.
Pork belly is the easiest one. You buy the pork belly from Coles. You cut the top to get there, put some salt in it, and you put it in there for 50 minutes. And that's it. Wow. And it's pork belly, and it's delicious. And you get the nice, thick, crunchy crackle.
This is what I'm doing tomorrow. So, welcome. Join us for cooking on the We Only Do One Take podcast. Cooking with Turch and
You know
Kieran.
what? I was at work, and the reason Jess wanted an air fryer for a while, and all the women at work are just like, "Oh, buy it for her for her birthday." And I'm like, "Can you imagine buying your partner an air fryer for her birthday and not getting killed?"
Yeah. Look, and the air fryer is the wrong name for it.
Yeah,
Because I always thought air fryer was like fatty frying.
like a deep fryer equivalent.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's not. It's more like just a
Hot air.
a condensed oven. That's more what it is.
But the crispy chips.
Yeah.
You can't get, you know, those.
It does chicken breast the best as well.
I've heard.
You just put it in. It's like 20 minutes or 18 minutes or something, and it's done. And it's always perfect, and it's always moist. And like the oven always comes at 50-50.
So when you get married, are you going to have chicken as a main?
We haven't decided yet.
Because the chicken's always dry.
Yeah.
I don't want dry chicken.
Well, you can swap it with someone else, like everyone else has. No. We're doing big share things. It's going to be sharing all day. So you'll have
Grazing tables.
Well, it's grazing tables, but it's like, there'll be like 3 mains, and you can have a little bit of all of it.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. I want everyone to have as much choice as possible.
Good, because I don't like being given the dry chicken.
No.
The chicken sits under the bain-marie.
Yeah.
Then it gets
It's
dried
mass
out.
produced. They put 50 breasts in the oven, and it's not the same.
And you never get a good chicken.
No.
Never get a good chicken.
But you're angry.
I'm angry. I am upset with Uber Eats.
Are you? Mm-hmm. We have ranted about Uber Eats a lot recently.
Did I?
Well,
I already ranted about Uber Eats?
I ranted about the fact that the guy could just take your food. Remember that story? Guy just took our food and didn't get.
Oh well, I probably told you this in person, but I'm angry about Uber Eats.
Go for it. What's happened with your story?
Number one, delivery drivers. There's a reason why you're a delivery driver and you haven't made it anywhere else in the world. There's a reason why you're still a delivery driver. There's a reason why people aren't going to hire you. This is tough advice.
Tough love.
Because they're lazy, they're incompetent, and they put food in the fucking front of the door, the flywire door that swings outwards. Which means you then knock over your food. You knock over your drink.
Okay. You did tell me this story about the gentleman, because you were very hungry for a certain lunch meal.
Oh no, this is part 2. This is not even that. That was a separate occasion.
Oh.
Sorry, occasions.
Oh.
This has happened. Yeah, that's right, Tweezle. That's right. I'm angry. But
Ah.
right. The other day, it's lunchtime. We get rolled. Blain. For the listeners out there, Blaine's my housemate, right?
Right. And rolled is...
Beautiful Vietnamese fare.
Yeah.
Right.
It's good. I've had it before.
But
It's
it
good.
takes about an hour.
Yeah.
You can order it and it can take up to an hour for it to come.
But they do make it... They make it like fresh. Yeah.
But that I don't mind. That I don't mind. We got in early, about midday. We're going to get rolled. Cool. So it's going to be here about 1 o'clock. All right, cool. You know what? That's fine. I can do an hour of work. I can be happy. I can do an hour of work.
Wait. You can do an hour of work.
I can appear to do an
an
hour of work.
Yeah, okay.
Right? And then, so orders in. Fantastic. This is great. 1 o'clock comes by. You're looking forward to this meal.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
looking forward to that.
You're watching the guy drive down like the streets to come towards your house.
I've got the bar min, the baguette.
Oh, yeah.
With the crispy. It's like they must air fry the crispy chicken, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you get chicken to...
Is it chicken or roast
Barbecue
duck?
pork.
Barbecue pork. Sorry, barbecue pork.
I was going to say...
And then you get
I would
the
get the
little, you
crispy
get the
duck.
bun, you get the bun things with it as well, and you get the spring rolls, and it's fantastic. And you get a drink with it as well. And all up, it's like $13.
Yeah, bargain.
Right? They must be druggies or something like that, because how could they serve such delicious food for such low cost?
Yeah.
Must be a storefront for something.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's not the point.
Rumors with Kieran.
You got value for money. Must be something to it.
Must be a drug front. That's it.
Anyway, like the 24-hour flower shops. If they're not a drug front, I don't know what
absolutely.
I've seen the town. It's a drug
Yeah.
thing.
Right. So I'm all excited. And then, the driver turns up. All right, this is good. The driver turns up. We're going to get our food. No food. He's rustling around in his car, but he can't find the food. He's looking in his car, but there's no food. He forgot to bring the food. The one thing that he's meant to do, his job, is to pick up the food and deliver it to the house.
So he went...
And it wasn't like he had 2 deliveries, because you get notified on Uber.
If he's got another delivery to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get notified.
Yeah.
You're told as the customer.
Yeah.
He forgot the food.
So he may or may not have driven to the place to pick up the food, waited there, got back into his car, and just drove to your house.
So somehow he said, I've picked up the food.
Yeah.
I'm now driving to your house. Whether he was there or I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what happened. But then he had to drive back. And this place is a good, 15 minutes?
So it's adding another half an hour to 40 minutes to your trip.
And I'm a pretty easygoing guy. But when I'm hangry.
Says the guy with the rant.
Yeah. But when I'm hangry.
Yeah.
I'm a don't mess with me.
Yeah.
Right? You'll see a side of me that will make kids cry. It's like the teacher that yells.
I can only imagine.
Right? The teacher that never
I mean,
yells.
look, getting an insight to Kieran's teaching style. I'm hungry! It's time! It's a Waihuma's lecture at 1 o'clock!
You with the sandwich, I'm confiscating that.
No eating until I'm eating!
There is a hierarchy.
This is why I'm concerned about your wedding. I just want to make sure the food's okay.
Don't worry about that, buddy. I'm going to tell your family. If you're not Fiji, if you're not full at the end of my wedding, my family will kill themselves.
I have high expectations.
That's right.
I have high expectations. So this is why, Mr. Uber driver, this is why you're in that job. If you can't do the one thing, and it's not like my name is similar to, it's not like I'm like Mark Smith.
Yeah.
Or
Robert Johnson or something like that.
I don't know, right? It's not like my name is...
Or Muhammad. It's
yeah. And we live in a Muslim town with multiple Muhammads, right? That doesn't occur.
Yeah. A very bogan name.
Yeah.
Dr. Kieran Thorpe.
Yeah, doctor. I bet you motherfucker
Did you
have
tell
doctor.
him? Did you tell him it was a medical emergency?
I bet you do. I bet you on Uber Eats your bills say doctor.
No, they don't.
I want to. So get your phone out after this.
Well, they should for
They should.
the urgency.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll change it. Maybe I'll get better delivery drivers.
Or worse. Or worse. Well, I would like to rant about something. I was sick all week. That's one of the reasons why we didn't do the show last week. You were sick too. I was sick. I had gastro for 5 days straight. And it was the worst experience I've had being sick in a very, very long time. And
Did you get electrolytes?
yeah, so I was drinking hydrolyte. I was doing that, but poo just kept coming out of me, right? And
We're talking the sloppy poo.
it was the worst. It was the worst of the worst. And it was like consistent.
This is where we need the nurse on call.
Yeah. It was like consistent as well. Like I'd wake up at night and then an hour later I'd wake up again and half an hour and then an hour all night. And then during the day, like I'd have like a piece of toast and then go back to the bathroom. It was like very consistent for like 4 or 5 days. Like, you know, some days were a bit drier because obviously I had nothing left. And then I'd eat some toast and then like half a day later I'd keep going back to the. It was the worst experience.
Gastro is bad.
And I didn't realize, first of all, I didn't.
Thank you, doctor.
Yeah. Thank you, doctor. First of all,
And you could have ended up in hospital.
Absolutely.
You could have been that dehydrated.
and the first thing I thought, the first thing I
Did you
didn't
get
know,
Coke and dilute it with water?
no, I was doing hydrolyte, just
Because
hydrolyte.
you can do Coke
Mm.
and 50-50 Coke.
Okay.
Sugar.
Yeah.
Probably the proper Coke, not the Coke Zero.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
Well,
water.
I don't have Coke. Yeah.
And
I just have Coke
and
Zero
a bit
in
of
house.
ice,
That's all, Jessica.
ice in it as well, and you can drink that.
Oh, there you go. Well, for next time, I'll stick with the hydrolyte. But but I didn't. First of all, I didn't realize that gastro could last more than 48 hours. Apparently, it can last like up to a week.
Well, kids die from diarrhea. They can
Yeah.
go 2 or 3 weeks.
So I didn't know that. Didn't know. But that's okay. But
No, that's because you're not smart.
well, I'm not a doctor. So here I am, lonely Uber driver on this side of the table.
Well, do your fucking job.
So anyway, so I was at home and I'm, message work on the Friday. Hey, I can't come in. Trust me, you don't want me working
Yeah.
today, right?
You don't want me working from home.
That's right. Because I would just be trying to do my work on the toilet.
Yeah.
And half asleep, which is actually just a usual day. But that's a different story altogether. So I go, okay, good. It's like, yeah, you're going to call the doctor, make an appointment. So I call the doctor, make an appointment. First of all, I couldn't make an appointment like I usually do. Like, usually my doctor has like an online appointment app. And I can just, like, even at 2 o'clock in the morning, like if I'm feeling sick.
Yeah, they use Clinico.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
And I can go, yep, book appointment 8:30 or 9 o'clock, whatever it is. The first one, because I'm the earliest person booking. Couldn't do that. You had to call. Oh, fucking hell. That means the worst part about that is you go, okay, this is like the first time I've been unwell all night, the first time I can sleep. And then you have to force yourself to get up to book a doctor's appointment. Okay, pretty bad. So I booked the doctor's appointment, all good. And they said, look, you don't have to come in. Or you're not allowed to come in unless you have COVID. So we're going to do a doctor's appointment over the phone. And I went, okay, this is going to be weird. I have diarrhea. I don't know what type of test you're going to do, but let's go for it.
Don't they normally check your temperature?
Yeah, they check a whole bunch of things.
Yeah, the physical.
Yeah,
it's not like, this is a follow-up consultation.
No.
I just need my
Or
prescription.
need some results, or send me another,
Send me
bill.
another prescription,
It was a bunch so this is like an initial consultation. That's okay. Whatever. That just means I don't have to leave the house. That's fine. Anyway, so at 10 o'clock, that was the earliest appointment I had. Good. If earlier it is, that means I can try to eat something and go to sleep the rest of the day.
Now, you know how doctors are always running late?
Yeah.
Right. This is why I became a doctor. Right. It fitted me perfectly, right?
Justification. That's the funniest thing you've ever said on this show. I can't even think of a funnier thing that you've said.
All right. I think I'm quite.
You're a doctor. You went through all that schooling just so you have a
Why are
solid
you
excuse.
Doctor.
Yeah, but you know how doctors are always running late.
Uber drivers should do that.
They wouldn't do that for doctors.
Stolen valor.
Were they late? Were they running late?
No, the doctor was like...
A doctor on time, I'm suspicious of.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like at 1 past 10.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's fine. Like, whatever. Like, a minute. Who cares, right? It's a doctor. Usually they're about 2 hours late, right? I got the appointment. They called. They said the symptoms. And this doctor spent... Usually what you go in for a doctor's appointment, they're like 2 minutes in and out. Here's a prescription. Here's your doctor's note. Go home.
Yeah, the one time I've actually been checked out by the doctor
Yeah.
was when, previously you're sick, you get your prescription antibiotics, off you go. And I turned up because I was going to America.
Yeah.
And I turn up and I go, I'm getting sick.
Yeah.
I know that in 3 or 4 days' time, I'm going to be in here requesting, give me antibiotics or something. I'm on an airplane in 12 hours.
Yeah.
And I don't want to deal with the American healthcare system. Yeah. Can you just give me a prescription for antibiotics?
Yeah.
So that I can just get this going.
Yeah.
And that was the longest time that doctor had ever spent with me.
And was it like 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Like that?
Actually checking me out and asking questions because he was just very sus of...
American system.
No. Of me.
Oh.
Of me. He thought
So
I was
you just
trying to...
Of a colleague.
He thought I was trying to skim the system somehow.
Yeah,
I was
yeah. I just need codeine. I need codeine.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I've seen you for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I've got the same pattern. It's like every year I get the
That
throat
week, out,
winter
this
throat
and that.
infection, antibiotics. Like this is and I'm like, I'm telling you this. And normally you just go, yeah, here it is, off you go.
Well, then, nonetheless, they did the thing. It was like a 15-minute consultation.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, okay, have you been sweating? Have you been this and that? Tell me what it was like doing... she asked me about every single one of my poos that I had. I was amazed. It took a 15-minute thing. They asked me to lie down and touch certain parts of my belly and experience, tell me the levels of pain, this and that, all the stuff, what I've been taking, what I've been drinking, and this and that. And after all that, she goes, yeah, it's definitely gastro. There's nothing I can give you that's going to really help. You just got to flush it all out, drink hydrolite, this and that. I'll email you a doctor's certificate. And I'm sitting there going, this is actually amazing. I've never felt more happy with a doctor than I am right now.
Because normally they don't email you. Normally
No.
they give it, you got to spend time scanning it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, my rant this week is that doctor visits over the phone will only exist now because of this COVID stuff. And if they remove it after all this, because I've had such a good experience with it, because I had to do a follow-up visit because I was still sick on the Monday. And I spoke to the same doctor. She gave me the same amount of time. It was the most amazing experience. And the fact that I've never had that from a doctor, even the only time I do that is when I've got 2 doctors. You have your bulk bill, oh, I'm sick, I've just got to, take the day off. You just call them up. And then you got your proper doctor where you go, I'm actually I need to have a discussion about doctor stuff. But he costs a lot of money to go to, Yeah. There's no he costs
I've
more
got
than
the 2 doctors as well.
he costs
right?
more than he costs more than the bulk bill. But you're going to get some love from him all. But even at the bulk bill one in America, American viewers, listeners.
America is the only Western country in the world that doesn't have universal healthcare.
Yeah.
They have guns.
They do.
You can't have it all. Am I right?
No, but I think that's true. Most Australians
Just go to a
have
two
two doctors.
doctors.
They've got a doctor that's free because, thank you, government, our
Yeah.
taxes pay for.
Yeah.
And it's sort of that in and out, get your doctors, get your antibiotics and off you go. And then if you're sort of, you're 28 years plus,
Yeah.
you sort of need a real doctor.
You want to go to
Well,
the
not
doctor,
a real doctor. You need a
consistent doctor that you trust.
yeah.
You go, hey, I need my prostate checked. Type of doctor.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to just go to some random doctor for that. You want to go to a guy you've known for a long time.
And I don't want the 5 minutes. I want
I want the love.
yeah.
You know?
I want a bit of the love and the
I
how you're
want
going.
I want the kiss on the forehead once we're done.
Yeah.
So my
Because
I can't
the
believe
GP is really important when you have to start going off to other surgeons.
Yeah.
And other they all report back to the GP. The GP is the gatekeeper. So this is why you need a good GP.
And the good GP knows the better doctors I've found.
Yeah.
Like the one that costs you like, what's bulk bill pay doctors? Like $38 a visit or something.
Something like that.
No,
Whatever it is.
let's just say $50, right? If my doctor that I go to cost me $70 or $80, so I'm paying like double, right? But every time I've gone to him, this is the issue I have. He's like, okay, well, this is the person you should see. Whereas I go to anyone else, just like I'll go to the general clinic. Talk to any of these doctors. You're like, you don't know anyone
No.
here.
I like the doctor. I like the GP that's connected. Because do you know the clinics take 40% of the doctor's...
Or the referral. That's why the referral's there.
No, not the referral. But when you go see a GP at a clinic, the clinic, the room, them using that room, they take 40%
Oh, yeah.
per booking. Then they've got to pay their tax
Yeah.
on top of it.
Jesus
and then
Christ.
they're super.
Jess's specialist for her endo that room must be loaded.
Right?
He charges $500 a visit.
Yeah. When you become a specialist, there's a different. They might just get a day room fee or something like that. But your bulk bill clinic, the clinics take 40%, right? So this is why I don't mind paying more for the good doctor.
Yeah, because they usually own the place,
or they're still paying their their 40% of the gap, but then they're actually making a good living and they're comfortable. And
what do you reckon an average doctor is on here? Like a GP, 100, 150?
150 to 200, depending on how many hours they work. But I had a client, right, and the father was a cardiologist, right, but this is what I liked, and this is and he was a top cardiologist, right, but he had the nanny at home, looking after all the family stuff. He was able to pay for a good admin lady, right, to do all the billing, who was literally like, your son's got a school play on. I've arranged for the car for you to pick you up. So you're not booked in this time. So you can go to the school play and then the car's picking you up and bringing you back to the hospital because all those people that had surgery yesterday, you need to visit. Yeah. And he was just able to he loved his medicine.
Yeah.
He was, he earned enough that he could pay for his fucking dry cleaning to turn up, the nanny to do all the nanny stuff. They'd send him food, and he could just do doctor stuff. And that's why I'd want to see him, because his whole mind is on doctor stuff.
I was going to say the decision fatigue wasn't there because he could just focus on...
Who's he used for food, Uber Eats?
He put doctor in his title, though.
Yeah, you got to... Come on.
No, but that's why you want to go for the primo.
Yeah.
Because they're 100% focused on their job. They don't have other shit to worry about.
And they love it. They obviously love it because they've gone in... Because, people become doctors, this and that. But if just specialize, cardiology or whatever you get into, was it oncology? Is that the one for cancer?
Something like that, yeah.
But to go, that's all I want to do. That is, like the specialization in business. Oh, yeah, I focus on finances. But you have, a breadth of other skills where you can take it this way or another. But if you just go, all I want to do is deal with cancer patients. One... At least 50% were going to be dying in front of you. Two, you're going to go to have that much dedication. That's amazing. I'm very impressed by that sort of stuff. There's certain people that can do it, and obviously, 1% of the people can do it, if that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, probably. I guess I don't know. So, what was your rant?
Oh, that there was no ability to have online or over the phone.
If you lived in the country, you could have online consultations. Provided you had internet, which you didn't.
Well, over-the-phone consultations, I think, should be the future. Because, you know what, some days you just, like if I've got a migraine and I can't go into work because I can't see, because I get ocular migraine, so I can't see. The last thing I want to do is I've got a doctor's appointment at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. So I'm trying to sleep as much as I can to drive my car. Do you know how many times I felt unsafe driving my car to the doctor's?
Yeah, why would you go in? We've got these... This is fantastic.
Yeah, and I was like, well, okay.
Please join us next week for Medicine Hour on the We Only Do One Take podcast.
This is the oldest person episode we've ever done. From cooking.
Are we old?
From cooking to complaining about Uber Eats drivers to doing to getting doctor's appointments over the phone. Kieran,
next week we'll talk about the medication we take
and TikTok videos with doctors.
Now, you don't have the TikTok.
I don't have a TikTok, no.
Yeah.
Apparently my dog does.
Does Dweezil tick or does Dweezil talk?
Have you seen him? He probably does both.
How much is his bathwater?
You don't want that.
Come on, man.
You gotta ask Jess.
Yeah.
She's the one for that.
Yeah.
By the way, and I forgot to bring it, you left the bowl.
The bowl?
The bowl.
The blue bowl.
Oh, the blue bowl.
Blue
That's
bowl.
alright. That's alright.
All right, Church.
What do you got for us?
You were engaged.
I am engaged.
Still ongoing.
You don't stop.
Still
you don't
ongo-
stop till you're married.
Kieran, you haven't objected yet, have you?
Oh, shut up. All right.
You're my best man. Oh, one of my best men. That's scary.
I think I'm co-best man. Oh, fuck. Where is it? All right. Church, the bridal party, thanks to yours truly. What was that? Delivered a hamper to your house.
We certainly did. You certainly did deliver a hamper to
Because
my
you were meant to have
house.
an engagement party.
So we're meant to have an
we were
engagement
very
party.
upset that you couldn't have the engagement party.
Yeah.
So we delivered a hamper
Yes.
to your house. Now,
Yes.
we all put money in.
Thank you.
And,
I'm glad I didn't have to fight myself.
and it was going to be delivered.
Yes.
But the delivery place didn't deliver. No, the hamper place didn't deliver on a Saturday.
Yeah.
So that meant
That's a big market lost.
that is huge. Who doesn't fucking deliver on a Saturday?
Saturday.
Anyway,
A Sunday I get. A Saturday though, like that's like Father's Day prep, Mother's Day prep. Like would they deliver for Mother's Day and Father's Day?
I don't know.
Like that would be huge money lost.
Church. Remember, I'm CEO. I'm policy. I'm not actually fine details, right?
We're not delivering. We don't even have a product. Where are the spoons?
I'm policy. I deal with meetings and lunches and dinners. The
I'm
work that I do behind the scenes, Church.
I'm the CFO. I don't even know what's going on. We don't have any money to manage. My job is easy every year. 0.
All right.
Lost negative time.
Okay, shush. Right. Anyway, so a hamper was delivered thanks to Alice, who we also stuffed up the date and got the date a week earlier, which is better than a week late.
True.
But then Alice had to eat some of the perishable food, replaced it. We got a lot. You got a lot more than what the hamper place that we're going to go through because we privately bought it. I'm just using the collective we there.
Yeah. The royal we.
The royal we.
Yeah.
Anyway, me being me, I got some of our good people to send some video messages in. I want to play them now.
Okay, here we go.
So, Jess, I know you listen to this when you're grooming the
Oi.
dog.
Yeah,
plug
it into here.
I can't. It's an apple. It's got a different...
Apple ruins the day again.
So I'll have to send it to you.
Yeah, please.
All right, here we go. Oh, shit. Hang on. Let me just turn it up.
Okay.
Shit, hang on. Now.
I'll edit this.
I keep it in. It's hilarious. All right, here we go.
Hey lovers, congratulations again on your engagement. I'm really sorry that you had to postpone your party and that we're not celebrating with you this weekend, but it won't be long until we can all be together and have one hell of a party and celebrate the love that you two have for each other.
Love?
Can't wait until then and love you both.
Thanks, Alice.
There you have
lot
it,
of
folks.
hands.
Proof of life. The search continues.
A lot of ands in that.
Look, she's not a professional broadcaster like you.
Wasn't grammatically correct.
Wasn't she hasn't got 102 episodes under her belt. Look, put it out there though.
Yeah.
You did an episode with Niall, and it was it was great.
I have to admit that one so shit-faced in that. Unbelievable. That was whoa. I realised after that episode with Niall how much you keep me on track.
It took me about 20 episodes to get you to that level.
You done? All right, I've got more.
Okay.
We wish we were celebrating with you guys tonight. It sucks that you had to reschedule, but we can't wait to see you soon and have a great night all together. Wish it was happening right now.
But instead you get this crappy video.
We love you.
Love is
Bye.
Jess will have to hear these after the show as well, because I'm the only one hearing these at the moment.
When she grooms the dog, she'll hear it.
Right.
And I got one more. I've got one more.
Is it from you?
No. It's not from me.
Reb sent me a message. He's a good boy. He keeps you guys in line, I feel.
Reb?
Yeah.
Why would Reb keep us in line?
He's the most sane out of... well, he's the most regular.
What do you mean regular? What the hell are you on about?
Goes to the bathroom. In a consistent manner.
Alright, hang on. I've got it. Don't you worry. It's here, Church.
I believe you.
It's here. I realised that I privately recorded it.
This sounds very rude.
I can't find it.
That's alright. Well, while you look at that, how about we...
Insert clip here. Oh, that was nice of Niall to do that, wasn't it? Oh, that was... I sprung him in the hallway.
Very good.
He got you good.
Yeah. Oh no, I know where it is.
Well, how about while we're waiting for that
It's a whole saga.
to come about? This, you know, what?
Alice always says my organisational
Preparation for podcasts is Kieran's forte. While we're waiting for that, Kieran, it's about time we brought down sex dolls back to the show.
Oh, I've got the video.
Oh, I'll put the video on.
And we're rolling. But you're picking your nose. We're rolling. You got that? Yeah, cool. I was promised a party. What the fuck, guys? Where's my party?
Blame Trump.
I don't want to hear any business about COVID this, quarantine that. You dropped the ball and you know you did.
Yeah.
Stop posting shit about your dog. I'm sick of seeing that cute bastard everywhere. Kieran, get the fuck out of my room. I'm sick of this.
Well,
Where is the party?
Well, we know what the thing is. If he really wants to see my dog, he could have been at your house when Weasel visited. But Kieran, thank you, Niall. But Kieran, one thing we need to bring back to this show. Bring back to this show. Bring back to this show. I'm
Proper
a professional
pronunciation.
broadcaster, thank you. You know, I'm very good at enunciations.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Damn right she does. And sometimes she's also selling sex dolls. Especially, well, look, people.
Yeah.
You know what's coming back?
Sex dolls. Sex dolls in stadiums.
Soccer is coming back. Especially in South Korea. But they're not allowed to have people in the stadium. So instead, as you've just seen, South Korea has had to apologize for using sex dolls to fill the stadiums. This is amazing. So the K-League club FC Seoul said the dolls used to make the stadiums look less empty have been ordered to inadvertently after a misunderstanding. So they brought all these sex dolls in while they were playing because they've returned to
This is a
play.
sex doll company.
No, it's a football club.
Oh, so the football club bought all the sex
Yeah.
dolls?
So the football club's like, okay, we're going to play, but we don't want to film the stadiums completely empty. And they can't have people going to the stadiums. So they're like, well, what we'll do is we'll buy these lifelike sex dolls and just put them in the stadium to make it look like it's kind of full. And literally, they give them some social distancing and this and there's some fake cardboard cutouts as well. But everyone's just like, wait a second. What? Because only South Korea and like 3 other countries are actually even still playing soccer. You know, like the German league's about to come, the Bundesliga is about to come back. I think Premier League starts again in June or early July or something. So no one's watching anything apart from like Z Division in some backwoods country in Eastern Europe that says there's no such thing as COVID, right? So South Korea is like, it's actually quite a good league. Like they've done well in World Cups. They're very competitive against in the world thing. And Seoul is a huge sort of South Korean soccer team. So they're back and they're like, yeah, good. Fill the stadium with sex dolls to make it look like there's actually people in the stands.
I think it's a brilliant idea. Why did they apologise?
Because they just thought it was it was a positive, both the club and supplier pointing fingers at each other. So it's a double thing as well. So they're apologising because they're sex dolls because they didn't realise they'd bought sex dolls. They just thought they bought lifelike dolls, but they were actually.
But if they put some clothes on them,
well.
Yeah, keep them modest.
You know what, though? I thought to myself, when does a doll become a sex doll.
Ah, right.
See, if you haven't fucked it, or you're not buying it for the purpose of having sex with it, because technically then, if no one's had sex with these dolls and they're just putting them in the stands, what's the difference between putting a mannequin?
It's a steady date doll. It's a non-committal doll.
This is a moral conundrum
This is
now.
this is philosophy
Yeah.
on the We Only Do One Take podcast.
It's amazing, right?
We really are old today, aren't we?
Well, you know,
No, but the mannequins don't have the holes.
you can drill a hole.
Yeah, but then it maybe become a sex mannequin.
What's the difference between a doll and a mannequin?
Look, Ted. Hang on, please.
I'm trying to justify them continuing using the dolls.
I'm not a doll expert.
Thank goodness. We should get someone on the show that is a doll expert.
Right. No, but I don't understand why they apologise. Good on them for being, you know what?
Well, they're,
Good on them for being...
they're stimulating the economy by buying sex
yeah,
dolls.
and trying to keep the atmosphere up for the players.
You know what I don't understand? Like, there's all these women in the world right now that have decided, I'm going to make an OnlyFans account. And they're like, $5.
Well, a lot of people have made OnlyFans account because they've lost their jobs.
Yeah. And that's it. And a lot of women think that their pictures of their butt is worth $5. I'm going to tell you right now, ladies, it's probably not. Would you pay $5 for some naked lady's butt pictures? Or would you just go onto Google and type in naked butts?
Look, it is free, but some people have like a fetish.
Yeah.
Some people, my advice to them, if they're going on to OnlyFans, find a fetish.
Yeah.
Because people, may not be able to get enough of that fetish online.
What
So then
what
they can-
fetish do you think that someone on an OnlyFans account is going to give them that they can't find anywhere else?
Sex dolls.
Human contact.
Nah. You can just go to any sort of
Personalized
You can go
messaging.
to any webcams.
Isn't that what they are? Anyway?
Nah, because they're just taking photos, aren't they? I don't know.
So it's like a Patreon.
Yeah, but for nudity.
Oh, I thought Patreon do that.
I don't think they do. I don't think you can be completely nude, like do pornography.
Alright.
You can do like Belle Delphine did no nudity.
Nah, she was just a massive troll.
Yeah, she was great. She's the one that, remember that chick? She did the bathwater.
And people...
Oh, yeah, we talked about that
Bought it.
ages ago.
Yeah, she did the bathwater, and she also said, "Oh, I'll make a Pornhub account." And on the Pornhub account, she just uploaded pictures of her playing with an octopus, which is her pet.
But isn't the OnlyFans just, webcam videos, but for people who pay for it?
Yeah,
That's essentially
Yeah.
it.
They can make $1. Good on them.
Like, they play video games or whatever for everyone else and
Yeah.
keep their clothes on, but for OnlyFans, it gets a bit blue.
Oh, it's a bit like the old SBS News, Naked News.
yeah, but you didn't pay for that, did you?
No, the ads paid for it, Church.
Yeah,
The ads paid for it.
that's fine. I'm happy.
Government taxpayers also subsidised SBSS.
Those sexy
SBS.
yellow subtitles.
Can't believe we paid for SBS.
Church, while we're talking about porn,
Yeah.
I've got an interesting... I think I can
Fetish.
solve COVID.
Yeah.
Right.
COVID porn? You into it?
Why the porn industry has a lot to teach us about the safety in the COVID-19 era.
I don't want to hear about condoms.
I think I know what you're talking about because they heavily test for STDs and disease.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes.
The government is getting their input on what protocols they should use to keep everyone clean. Because in the last 10 years, the porn industry no one's contracted an STD.
I was going to say, it's a big thing was in the 90s. I remember watching the Louis Theroux doco about the porn industry, and the big thing back then, the mid-90s, something like that, was STDs, obviously, but AIDS was a big thing. And that was, they had to do frequent testing, like fortnightly or monthly testing.
Well, since the 1990s, after the HIV infection threatened to shutter the multi-billion-dollar industry, and we've talked about this before, that the porn industry was the reason why DVDs became mainstream.
Same as VHS.
Exactly. They are in the
That's why
forefront.
the internet's as big as it is.
The mainstream porn industry requires all performers to be tested for HIV and a host of other sexually transmitted infections every 14 days
There you go.
before they are cleared for work. Any HIV positive test leads to an immediate shutdown of all US sets, followed by a detailed contact tracing before the set can reopen. Quote, I don't think I could be in this industry without it. That would be insane. Bareback sex with strangers 20 times a month. It would be like the most dangerous job in the world, said Lance Hart.
I'm putting it out there. If you think that having sex with 20 people a month is the dangerous job in the world, you are very delusional. Like, I hate when, like, all those TikTok nurses have been doing dances and this and that, and at the same time going, we are heroes. No, okay. You signed up for the job. You COVID or no COVID, you knew the risks going into the role. You doing your job is not being a hero.
Oh.
But I have this theory that we only call, especially Americans, they call people heroes to, one, underpay them because they call teachers heroes as well, and two, that are they feel is completely disposable.
Oh, yeah, that's not bad because when I was in America, I know we got American listeners
That's
here, so
alright.
I'm going to tell you how it is. I could not get over the fact that we would be in the fucking airport,
Yeah.
boarding the plane or being on the plane, and it was like, if you're, and they wear the Defence Force uniform,
Yeah.
and then it's like, and if you're in the Defence Force,
Yeah.
please come for priority boarding.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably because they're underpaying them,
Yeah.
and they got to treat them as
Yeah.
as
But
heroes.
but see, they go,
And-
oh, you're heroes, you get some special privileges here, but completely disposable.
in Australia, that doesn't happen.
No, you get nothing.
If you're in the Defence Force, you don't wear your uniform out.
Nah. Not
You
unless
get
you're
changed.
Not unless you're on duty.
Yeah, if you're on duty, you wear it, clearly.
Yeah.
Other than that, you don't.
Yeah.
You finish work, you change.
Yeah.
You change out of your army gear
Yeah.
into civilian gear because you want to go to the pub and get shit-faced.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know how it works.
What? You're an ex-army bloke, are ya?
I know people in the army.
How many tours, Kieran? not counting Vietnam.
Hey, Blain, I've done 6 tours of Vietnam.
I've done 2 tours, man. Don't need to
One of
tell
them
me.
was half on a bike, mostly in the back of a truck. 2 was on a boat. And 3, I did a walking tour, but stopped halfway for coffee.
And that sounds like my run for the kids.
Oh, you mean I meant to run over the kids? Because you tried to do that too.
He hit me. He was riding a bike. I was perfectly under the speed limit.
So, are you telling me what they're trying to do is they're trying to implement that we do more random, more consistent testing of people with COVID and other things based on the successful application of testing done by the porn industry?
Because I was saying before, they haven't had a HIV infection like 10 plus years because of how stringent they are. And the government's like, what do we do? And they're
But
like,
is it like the biggest killer? Like, even when the HIV thing was really big in pornography, wasn't the biggest killer in the porn industry like depression?
yeah, drugs and stuff. But like,
Yeah.
that's different. But they're not getting infected with something. They're not getting infected. That's it. That's what they're.
I guess so. I mean, that's one say.
Like their personal problems,
side
like
rest.
other than that's completely different. But in terms of not being infected by something, and they could be the happiest people in the world.
Yeah.
If they're infected, they're
Yeah.
infected.
So livelihood is
Next to the saddest person. So I hate HIV. So do I. It's just infection.
So I remember watching that documentary. It's on Netflix called Hot Girls Wanted. I watched it ages ago. But it's like all these young girls that sign up for modeling jobs and they glamorize their lives. It's a naked modeling. And they fly them out this and they go, hey, actually, it's porn. And they're like, well, I'm making like $1,000 for the shoot. I've never, and they're like 19, 20, 21, whatever the legal age to be in porn is in America. I was like, well, I've never made this much money. I want to get away from my family. I want to live. And they live basically in like harems, or these like dodgy little places with 3 or 4 other girls all doing porn. And it's like a rotating sort of, like a casting couch type thing where it's just like, oh, you're doing this today. As soon as they get sick of it, they fly them back. And then they never speak to it again. But that imprint of being in pornography will live with them forever. But you can always tell. Like, it's like, oh, I didn't have a dad growing up. I didn't, no strong father figures.
They were touched.
Yeah, or, they had that sort of mental breakdown. It's a very fascinating, the world of pornography. The mental mind. I don't think there's met too many people that haven't got some sort of mental issues that they're trying to deal with through the whole pornography thing. And I think it's the same with the OnlyFans accounts. I mean, I think a lot of people are doing OnlyFans accounts now. You know, young women and stuff like that. Going, yeah, well, I can sell my body, which is maybe the only thing they think is worth something on the market at this point in time with this whole, no jobs and this and that. And they go, well, it's easy money. I don't have to work very hard. And I get all the stuff I want and praise and admiration. It's like that whole, Facebook thing. Like the more likes I get, the more endorphins you sort of get. That's the same, but you're getting money and, love and all this sort of stuff. But in the same time, like, what repercussions will that have for you when you can't do that?
Find out next week on Psychology Hour with Turch.
And just one more point.
I love this sort of, because the whole thing with iDubbbz' girlfriend was a big thing. iDubbbz' girlfriend was like a Twitch streamer, and he was iDubbbz, 6, 7 million, 10 million subscribers, and probably has the financial capability of supporting both of them, I would suspect. I mean, he's getting 20 million views per video. Mega bucks plus sponsors, all this sort of stuff. She's making a living doing Twitch streaming, and she decides to make an OnlyFans account despite being in a successful relationship for a number of years, and now is selling her body on the internet. And I've heard, both sides. I talked, it's like, oh, it's good for her, female empowerment, this and that. And I'm like, well, I don't understand how selling pictures of your body is empowerment.
To me, it depends what she wants to. There's certain, if you want to end up in certain workforce, you can't do it.
No. But I think a lot more.
But if you want to end up in other workforce,
Twitch is doing its own thing right now with its safety counts and stuff like that. But because she would be like, oh, follow my OnlyFans account on her YouTube videos and Twitch, and that was her livelihood, doing YouTube videos and Twitch and streaming, all that sort of stuff. Twitch has gone, that's actually you're pushing pornography. Your account's now banned. And same on YouTube. They go, no, you can't push OnlyFans on here because technically you're promoting pornography.
I actually think it's just they don't own the platform. Twitch or Facebook.
That probably is too. Well, that probably is too. But like, I find like, I think Brittany Venti, I was showing Jess some Brittany Venti. I'm going to show you, who Brittany, maybe not. That's right. But Brittany Venti's like anti-porn. And I don't fully agree with that. But she was talking about these OnlyFans accounts and how these women are like, they're 21 or 20. And they go, yeah, I'm an OnlyFans, that successful YouTuber, 100,000 subscribers, whatever. Got a youngish sort of fan base, and they go, oh, I've made an OnlyFans account, I'm making lots of extra money now, I'm doing this and that, and I really love it, and you can do it too by clicking my link, and if you use my referral code, I get some money, and you get to make an account. But that's almost like, if you've got a young fan base that's 14 to 18, technically, by you doing that, that's technically grooming. And there comes into that legal aspect of it, because you have to tell YouTube that you're actually making content.
We're not aware of the legal ramifications of this yet, are we?
No, I don't think so. I think that's going to come into the future, which just means less people for us to compete with jobs.
Just with this OnlyFans stuff, just for like strippers and stuff, is this like their Microsoft Teams? Because they're just doing the same thing to their fans and they're getting money. This is their Teams meeting. Like, they're going through it with the rest of us, so just a bit of compassion.
It's I don't
like,
know.
they're not YouTubers. Like, this is what they do. This is.
But I thought like the whole purpose was, like, if you wanted to be a cam whore, like, you could just do it. Like, you can make it on your own site and just live stream on your own site. I think other streaming platforms just allow you to be naked and have sex online, whatever it is, or all those cam whore websites you can sign up, and like, there's platforms that are built for it anyway. This OnlyFans stuff seems to be skyrocketing at the moment because I think celebrity type people, or I'll put it in inverted commas, like YouTube celebrities and social media celebrities are going, I will sell, who maybe don't do nude things or just bikini shots on Instagram and this and that, because you can't do porn on Twitter, but you can do naked pictures on Instagram, I think.
I think there's porn on Twitter.
Is it porn on Twitter,
Yeah.
or is it the other way
I
around?
think it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go, subscribe to my OnlyFans account, and you have to pay for the privilege to do that. But I don't understand why. one, if you're paying for porn on the internet, you're doing it wrong. I mean, I think that's like the first thing I learned on the like a big rule on the internet. Like, if you're paying for porn, you're definitely doing it wrong. I mean, right now with this whole COVID stuff.
I've been reading up on this OnlyFans because we talked about it last week or the week
Well,
before.
quickly, you can go to Pornhub right now and get a premium account for free. Like, that's unlimited porn.
And premium
and
content.
premium content. That's top of the line.
So they're using in the OnlyFans, reading up onto this, they're using some really good marketing tricks because what they're saying to people, their fans, is there's exclusive content.
Yeah.
Exclusive content on this which you don't get on anything else.
But that doesn't mean anything to the average consumer.
Well, it does mean they only need to target if they've got 100,000 people.
Yeah.
They only need
It's
1% paying. What's
$5 a month or something.
Yeah, what does that work out to be?
So if you got 10,000 people, 1%, 1,000 people, $5 a month, you get $5 grand a month.
$5,000 a month, right?
Yeah,
but
that's better than most people.
Yeah, but that's what they do. That's the trick.
Yeah.
They're not going to capture everyone.
Yeah.
But I've got exclusive content. People go, some people, this 1% have the urge of going, I love you, I like you, you're great.
Simps.
I want that exclusive content. I want what I can't get.
But it's the same as those people that like all those women on what's it, Pokimane, and what's it, the other one at the moment that's been going around. But she's been like, oh, if you can't afford to spend $5 to subscribe to me a month, then how do you have time to watch me? Why don't you go get a job? And it's like, well, you're also not really working, like, you know.
It's like, bitch, lend a code.
Yeah. But it's like you're doing the same sort of thing. Like, she's not really doing how much entertainment value do you think you're actually worth? It was $5 a month. I mean, that's a pretty low barrier of entry.
But this is the thing, they set their own price. They set their own price. It
Well,
could be $10, it could be $12.
I'm on, but this is the
20?
thing. It's not like, you know, there's the whole celebrity person, and the same sense. Like, I on these promote pages on Facebook for to send out, like, you know, hey, look at our podcast, and no one ever checks it out, but I do it anyway just to put some shares out there, and you might get one or two people, whatever. But there's so many people now promoting like OnlyFans account. And I show Jessica, look, this person is just like a person that's got 1,000 friends on Facebook, and now she's got an OnlyFans account. Like, okay.
Yeah, but they're the followers. They're the people that think it's now.
Yeah.
It's now cool. It's now.
Yeah.
This is
and
what I do.
That person might get, let's just say, even 10%. Let's say 1%, like 1,000 people. What's that? 10 people?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 10 people, $5. They're getting $50 a month to take lewd photos of themselves. That technically, if you take lewd photos of you and someone pays for it, they own that image. So you can get those images and just distribute them anywhere. Am I wrong?
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer.
Neither am I. But in the same sense,
we're going to have to defer that to Lawyer Hour on the We Only Do One Take podcast.
But in the same sense,
coming up next week, Lawyer Hour.
But in the same sense, question. Right? So people have been like doing that sort of thing. But if I've lost my train of thought.
So when's your OnlyFans account coming out, Church?
I would do an OnlyFans account, and I would just Dweezil should get an OnlyFans account. That's how I make the money.
Well, Dweezil's already naked. You don't put any clothes on him.
We do. He came to your house in a lovely jacket.
I know, but
that's what you're paying for, the clothes.
That's what you're paying for. Yeah, it's the opposite. I'm putting clothes on him.
You want to see him in this hat? $5 a month.
Yeah, $5 a month with exclusive content.
Actually, you probably get people paying.
Oh, you know what? He should make an OnlyFans account.
They're called Lonely Women.
Yeah. $5 a month, exclusive things. You get to talk to him on live stream for an hour.
He's already got an Instagram.
Yeah.
Account. He's already got the TikTok.
Oh.
Well, I think it's called TikTok, not the TikTok.
Yeah.
He's already got
the Facebook.
Talk and Tick, right?
Yeah.
Talk and
So
the flower pot man.
Bippity boppity.
Right. Yeah. So, but you provide exclusive content that's not provided in anywhere else.
We could do that.
It's not provided on the Instagram.
On the gram.
Or the Tick.
Or the Tick.
What's the pug that's always on YouTube?
I know who you're talking about. I've seen videos of him. I can't remember now. That's like, remember Cum Lord? The Pomeranian. I think that's the Pomeranian.
No.
Or he's just like this famous dog and like millions of followers and this stuff. But his name's Cum Lord.
Could you imagine the pug? Come, Lord.
Yeah.
Come, Lord. Wait, come, Lord. Get off that woman.
Did you see? Well, speaking of OnlyFans again, and I was going to bring it in, but I thought we won't get into it too far. But you brought up OnlyFans stuff like that. Did you see that this is this guy who's subscribing to all these women's OnlyFans accounts, paying all the low area like barrier to entry, like $1 or $5, whatever it is, getting the pictures and sending it to their fathers?
He is doing the Lord's
He's
work.
doing the Lord's work at that point.
Whoa.
Can you imagine though? Like, how disappointed would you be? Like, you got an 18, 19
Well, now
year old
it's now no longer keep your daughter off the pole.
Yeah.
Keep your daughter off the OnlyFans.
The Chris Rock test needs to be revised.
What's the Chris Rock test?
If you're a father and you got a daughter, if she gets on the pole, you failed. That's the Chris Rock test. You failed the test as a father. You failed as a father.
I just can't imagine. Like, I'm not saying sex work is bad, but I am saying that it's lower than other forms of work.
Yeah, that hasn't changed in a
know?
good while.
But I think that people are trying to make, we talk. One thing that I hate that I should have ranted about was that people calling things the new normal, or we need to normalize things. And people are like, oh, we need to normalize sex work. I'm like, no, I don't think we do. Like, it's a thing that's been in, like, it's the oldest profession. But there's a reason why we look down on it.
Go on.
Like,
Enlighten me.
It's out there. It just needs to stay out there. It does.
Well,
that's where it belongs.
Because if you were to say that it is it is like, I think the same as other professions, you're now saying that the job of a doctor is just as well respected as a sex worker. You know what I mean? Like, but they're not.
But that's someone's externalized opinion, right? It's sort of saying like a social media content creator for a company isn't as valuable as the CEO, or it's I've got the flip side here. It's the cleaner is not as valuable for the restaurant as the chef. Well, no, the cleaner is as valuable because the cleaner makes sure that it's a clean environment for customers to be happy.
Oh, I completely disagree.
You can get anyone to clean.
Yeah, you get anyone to clean, but the chef
skills.
is the person that you go to the restaurant for.
You're paying for his specialized labor.
Like, you don't go to Gordon Ramsay's restaurant because the cleaner's good. You go to Gordon Ramsay's restaurant because Gordon Ramsay's it.
He's
and
like
it's the same for any restaurant.
But you've got these.
A company isn't successful because of one accountant. It's because of the CEO making the decisions for the organization. That's why you pay the CEO. Well, you're meant to. We don't.
Yeah.
We pay you get him to take not only risks but calculated risks that can lead to profitability.
I guess my flip side on that is right. The cleaner is still. It doesn't matter who the cleaner is. The cleaner is important.
Yeah.
The cleaner that Gordon Ramsay cannot have a restaurant without cleaners.
But the replaceability of them.
That just means that person hasn't built leverage. Right? These people that go on and do these OnlyFans or something like that, some of them can build a fan base. And they can make a hell of a lot of money out of it.
I'm not saying that they can't, but this is what... It's like any type of media. Like that 0.1% is going to get offered by Spotify $100 million to leave YouTube and go to Spotify.
Who could you be talking about?
Yeah. Joe Rogan. He's good, but he's the 0.1%.
He's the top.
He's the top of the top. And everyone just goes, including us, we've gone, let's make a podcast. We're doing it for fun. Like, we're not trying to make this a career. But some people go, I'm going to make a podcast and make it a career. But then, but there's a million of those people and only one Joe Rogan, And it's lots of these types of things that have this... Same thing, we're watching the American Idol things now. We're watching the bad things American Idol. It's probably a million good singers out there. But the people are so... but only one has that quality that's going to get them to the next level, up to the professional level. And even then, might not succeed. And it's the same for all these women. They're diluted into thinking that I can make money by selling my body. but they don't realize that even when they're making that little bit of extra cash, can have larger ramifications.
Oh yeah.
And the importance of that, and the the importance of that work, they could make a lot. They could be more fulfilled doing something else rather than what they're just doing.
What you're saying is social media has ruined women.
There's people out
I'm not saying that. You can say that.
but there's people out there.
I'm saying that they're giving them a different perspective, but it's a diluted one.
But it's the same thing as this. But there's a amount of you take podcasts, right? There's a number of people that think they're going to make it in the podcast world.
Yeah.
But they give. I love stand-up comedians, right?
Yeah,
because I love talking to stand-up comedians, and I love hearing about how long it's taken them and how much they've failed.
Yeah, yeah.
And the successful ones, and there's two things. You got to provide value to society. If you're going to make money, you got to provide value to society. Number two, you got to build leverage, and you can't rent out your time.
No.
You've got to somehow realize that if you're renting out your time, so you're working for an employer, you're renting out your time.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, someone could use OnlyFans, right? But they have some way figured out how to build the leverage in the fan base, and maybe they really like showing off their body.
Yeah.
Good on them. Great.
And that's fine.
That's great. But I think you're right in this sense. There's a number of people in the OnlyFans, or there's the same. It's probably the same roughly percentage of those that start podcasts, and the same that want to become comedians.
Yeah.
That don't make it or give up, or might say something. Yeah, but we still treat, and part of me also thinks this is religious based. Religion has always tried to say sex is inappropriate, or this is bad, or this is wrong, and they've always tried to have that on society. And it's just, I'm not sure if it's right or wrong, and I get that people if you do this stuff on OnlyFans, there's certain fields you just will not be able to get working.
Yeah.
But maybe they don't care about that.
I'm not saying that they don't care.
But it's
at
also
18,
a society.
At 18 years old, do you think that even telling them that you will not have a few of these opportunities, do you think that they have? I don't think they have that comprehension.
If I could counsel an 18-year-old that was about to do OnlyFans, I'd be saying, get away from it.
Exactly right.
Get away
from
it.
And I think 99.9% of people would be saying the same thing.
Get away from it. But if they were 30 and had some life experience and modelling, and they were all, this is really what I want to do, go for it. You have fun.
Yeah. I think we're on the same page, a lot of this sort of stuff. I think we're just looking at it in different ways.
Or different lenses.
Yeah, different lenses. Again, I just think that sex work is normalised, especially in Victoria, you can work in a brothel, and there's very stringent rules and this and that. But in the same sense, is it better? Would I say morally better? I don't know. That's a tricky one. But should it be on the same level of respect as other types of work? And I think that's where I go no. And I don't know why. Maybe it's a moralistic thing.
There's a speech from a neurologist, brain surgeon, who gave this. I'll have to find it. Gave it to his colleagues and said, I'm just a neurologist. I'm no more important than the garbage man. You guys are no more important than the cafe worker who serves you food. Like, you're not, there isn't a hierarchy where you're more important. You perform a job.
Yeah, you perform, okay, again,
and
you
it's
perform
sort of,
a job, but the replaceability aspect of a job, I think that's where the respect comes. Like, I could not do your job and you couldn't do my job.
Yeah.
And that's why we respect the roles that we do. But if I was to go, hey, that's where we can call each other up and go, hey, do you want to play on my mixed soccer team? And you're like, yeah, that's fine. Because on that playing field, we're exactly the same. We're completely replaceable. And this, an absolute nobody starting an OnlyFans account, thinking that they're going to become famous because of it, or receive some sort of success from it, without understanding the ramifications.
Yeah, but failures are a wonderful thing.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Failures are a wonderful learning opportunity.
But the long-term potential ramifications.
But that's also learned helplessness there. That's if they think that stops them, that's learned helplessness.
Good.
Which means they've got to overcome it.
Well.
And they can own it.
Well, but even in other social media aspects.
But part of me also goes, if you're doing it, you're probably not that bright.
No, that's probably true.
And you probably end up like
Kieran
the Uber driver that I'm going to complain about.
The Uber driver had an OnlyFans account, and you had to pay for his bonus content to get your food. Kieran, I had other stories. I don't even know why we bring in lots of stories these days.
I don't know why we had philosophy hour.
I don't know. It's fun. Well, how about this one? Just a quick whip around.
Yeah,
alright. Hull School is sorry after pupils were requested to research porn homework on the web. One of the things that they had to do, and this is what they had to do, was define sexuality, divide drag queen, heterosexual, homosexual, transvestite, and define transgender pornography. Then also define pornography, softcore porn, revenge porn, and sexting. And people were requested to do this aged between 11 and 14.
Wow.
That's pretty bad. And the final one is, Kieran, I know what you know, we've all been at home. There's a lot more masturbation happening because, you know, we're bored. Would you like to buy a Bug's Life fleshlight?
Yeah, as in the movie?
As in the movie. So for the low price here of, what is it? I think $1,000? $1,000. He's received no bids for it yet. $2,000, my mistake. You can buy a fleshlight that looks like one of the bugs from A Bug's Life.
It's the fucking butterfly slug thing. Oh
The caterpillar from
Yeah.
Not your typical Disney princess.
No, not you too. It's Heimlich. Heimlich's the guy, and it's right there, and it's a fleshlight.
He'll be the one choking.
Jeez, you want to go into his cocoon after that one?
All right, quick wrap around.
Go for
quick
it, Kieran.
wrap around.
I'll wrap it up.
Army denies soldiers request to grow beard in observance of flying spaghetti monster religion.
Fantastic. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Freedom of religion.
They allowed Sikhs to grow beards in the
Yeah.
American Army,
Yeah.
but they didn't specify that it was only for Sikhs.
Oh,
So
just religious reasons.
religious reasons. So people that are part of the flying spaghetti monster religion now want to grow beards.
Fantastic.
North Korean regime finally admits Kim Jong-un cannot magically bend time and space.
Oh, well, technically he can. I mean, he's always going forward in time
Oh, yeah.
at a speed of 1 second every second. He's every 60 seconds in
Africa.
a minute passes.
Really?
Yeah,
that's do you know 70% of stats are made up? 10% of people know that.
95% of people can make up stats.
Man gets girlfriend congratulations cake after she finally farts in front of him.
Weak people, just let them fart. Jess has been holding it in for 7 years.
I'll make sure to put that in the speech
You
for the
can
wedding.
do that, absolutely. I'm very excited for your best men's speech.
Thank you very much.
It's going to be the gayest thing I've ever... Anyway. And with that, people, we'd like to thank you for listening. And make sure you follow us
on SoundCloud, iTunes,
Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you'd like to send us some hate mail, a death threat, or a rant, record it on your phone. And email us at weonlydoonetake@gmail.com. Blain, thank you so much for joining us on this very stupid episode
Thank you
of the
very
show.
much.
And Kieran, thank you so much for another exciting episode of this podcast. Woo! And Blain,
Yo.
we'll see you next time.
Blain did the biggest fart yesterday. The smelliest fart. I mean, it was pungent.
Was it because you were watching Ancient Aliens?
11 out of 10.
No, I went into the kitchen, came back into the living room. It wasn't even in the living room yet. I could smell it,
Amazing.
taste it. It was you.
No, it wasn't me.
It was Rank. There was no naked flames in the area, so
Not a candle.
candle.
Like my slippers?
Yeah, they're very slippery.
Yeah. I needed new ones, and Dweezil's been eyeing these off.
Oh, if I was Dweezil, I'd be eyeing them off too.
Let's wrap it up. Send me those clips.